Hello world explorers. In this Expedition Antarctica adventure, I interacted with some really cool animals, went to incredible places, and of course, did some rescues. While I was randomly exploring, I came across a flock of penguins, which seemed surprisingly numerous. Upon landing, I noticed that one of the little penguins was unusually wearing a backpack. So I interacted with it, and to my surprise, it gave me 300 coins. Explorers and penguins are very generous in Antarctica. He was very friendly and I even got a badge. Then, even more surprisingly, I saw a car approaching, and I tried to hitch a ride, but the driver swerved around me. I'll come back another time to investigate further. Well, all that was left for me was to go back to the helicopter and the rescues. Another intriguing experience I had on this new adventure in Antarctica was being caught in a strong storm. Suddenly I couldn't see anything anymore. I was surrounded by a colossal mass of wind. I even tried to fight to maintain the helicopter's normal course, but it was being tossed from side to side, and then I decided to land. Just as the storm stopped, Camphor was just ahead, and I got off to relax a bit. Then I saw that crashed plane. It looks like it's been there for a long time. On November 28, 1979, Air New Zealand Flight 901 crashed into Mount Erebus in Antarctica. The DC-10 fragmented on impact. The disaster was caused by an unannounced change in the navigation coordinates, steering the plane into the mountain hidden by whiteout conditions. Could this be the plane? Speaking of airplanes, when I was flying south, I passed a red plane, which I thought was really cool. From what I could find out, this is the plane that brings explorers back when they heroically manage to reach the South Pole. This time I decided to explore a bit, and not just rescue. I found an opening in the ice and a sign warning of the presence of seals. So I decided to dive in, because I thought how cool it would be to experience being close to these animals. Right away, I realized I had to follow the guide rope so I wouldn't get lost in the caves, and manage my oxygen so I wouldn't oof. I have to confess that I found it a little scary there, and I was very anxious to find the seals in the caves. But then, suddenly, an opening appeared leading to something that seemed like a much larger cave, where one could not distinguish beginning from end. And then I started seeing seals swimming near me. Wow, it was truly an incredible experience. Even though they were so fast, I could clearly see them passing around me. Was it just me, or was that a whale's song? So I sped along the way, because I wasn't sure how long my oxygen would last. Wow, that was amazing. Okay, but I need to go back there quickly to get a better look at the seals. Did you hear that? Is that a whale's song? Now I'm going to try to see the seals a little better. There are 6 seal species in Antarctica: crabeater, leopard, Weddell, Ross, southern elephant, and Antarctic for seals. Antarctic seals are not currently classified as endangered on a global scale. They are under increasing pressure, and local populations are showing concerning declines due to climate change and new diseases. Continuous, long-term monitoring and conservation efforts are considered critical. Now back to the rescues. This rescue showed me something new and really cool. I was called to a rescue in a valley just beyond a huge mountain. When I landed to rescue Lucy, a tent and snowmobiles immediately caught my attention. So I started to restore Lucy's health. And I noticed that her fellow adventurer needed help too. I helped Paulus to and decided to take a look around. The tent was very complete, with a place to rest, food, water, and equipment. Outside, explorers could spawn snowmobiles with a guide. An explorer was leaving. Snowmobiles look really cool. One of the cool things I did this time was to observe the orca up close and its behavior. This was just one of her jumps that I managed to observe. It swims submerged for a while, and then jumps straight ahead. It's beautiful, but let's take a closer look. Wow! Suddenly a storm arrived, but even so, I managed to observe it closely. The orca is a marine mammal that breathes air voluntarily, unlike humans who breathe automatically. They use a blowhole located on the top of their heads to rapidly inhale and exhale air when they surface, a process known as breathing or blowing. This action is vital because conscious breathing means they must remain aware of the breathing process even while sleeping, allowing one half of the brain to rest while the other half stays alert to surface and breathe. I struggled quite a bit to land in a difficult spot near the waterfall and rescue Brandon the 18. I was even able to restore his health. He was really in poor health. However, I watched his trajectory and saw him unfortunately falling. At that moment I was very sad, because I couldn't do absolutely anything to help him. One cool thing I discovered is that boats operate in Antarctica. So I went to the dock to see if I could hitch a ride and explore a bit with someone. Soon Yanto appeared, who had a boat. I tried to get on board, but I got tangled up and fell into the water. Yanto was nice to me because she waited for me to get on the boat and settle in. She was really kind. I was really enjoying the boat trip, and I thought it would be a nice exploration trip. But I didn't even have time to thank Yanto. Suddenly Yanto disappeared, and with her the boat. So I had to try to heal myself while searching for a safe patch of ice to stand on. It's not such an easy situation, because damage occurs with every fraction of stud in the water. So I found shelter on a piece of floating ice, and decided to keep jumping around to attract the attention of other explorers, and thus get a ride. Unfortunately, it didn't work. I called for rescue. Some time passed, and I gave up. I continued using bandages to heal myself, jumping and swimming till I got back on the path that would allow me to reach the base. Soon, I'll get myself a boat, because I want to explore by sea. Thank you for joining me on this adventure in Antarctica. See you, world explorers.